Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live. I literally just walked in the door and set up my stuff to sit down and talk to you about Synchronicity of Numbers tonight. We did part 1 of Synchronicity of Numbers a week and a half ago, or a couple weeks ago. Last week I had a cold and we couldn't get to part 2, but we're going to do part 2 tonight. Hey Greta, hey Arthea, hey Sharon, hey Lana. So, I am Kathryn Kauffman, and I'm a psychic medium here in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome to the show. And hey Betty Jo. I did take a lot of numbers on the last program that we're going to look up for people, and I'm going to be referring to your numbers that you submitted 2 weeks ago. So, the numbers that we went over last week. So if I want you to pay attention now, if any of these are your numbers, they're on part 1. Okay, so part 1, we went over the numbers 1111, 1234, 1117, 222, hey David, hey Danny, 111. We also went over 333, 444, 347, and 555. And I believe that that's where we left off last week, was 555. So I have quite a bit of numbers that we need to go over this evening. Now, as you know, the study of numbers is called numerology. And this study goes back as far as 13,000 years ago, which that is pretty impressive. 13,000 years. In fact, numbers actually predate the alphabet, which was very surprising for me to find out, but it actually does. We as a species use numbers before we actually used letters. Hey Kylie, hey Leanne. So, David 555 is on last week. Kisses, guys. Is on that first episode. Is Synchronicity of Numbers part 1. And as you know, hey Ricky Elkins, all of these episodes are loaded up onto my YouTube channel on the playlist, Facebook Monday Night Live. And so when we get done with tonight, I'm going to put a link to the YouTube channel down there so that you can just click on that and go back and watch episode 1 if you want to. So tonight, the first number I want to go over is 714. Now, if you guys want a part 3, go ahead and leave more numbers and we can do a part 3. But let's start with 714 tonight. And this is for Terry. Terry Neal, this was your request. Okay, Terry, 714 is the communication number. And it is calling for you to reconnect with someone from the past. And it's prime time for creative writing. So if you're seeing 714, that means that you should take out your journal and start with that flow of creative writing, because the energy for the creative nature is accelerated during that time when you see 714. Hey Kathy, thank you. I am feeling better. Still a little congested, but we're on the road. So 714 means also that your prayers have come into manifestation. So congratulations, Terry Neal. If you see 714, get out your journal, start journaling, start creating, because the energies are high for lots of creative energy. Okay. Hey, Lois. Hey, Marshall. 910 is the next number, and this was for Crystal Dale. And Crystal, this is what 910 presents and stands for. It is calling for you to choose a higher path, and it's also telling you that what you put into your life is also what you get out of it. So you need to invest more in yourself and receive more. So it really wants you to put more feeling and more energy into yourself. Also, 910 is a way for them to tell you to keep your prayer work going, that they're listening, spirits are listening, and your words are being heard. So, hey Shannon, Moving right along. Now, these numbers were for Phyllis Coley Hayden. Hey, Phyllis, I hope you tune in tonight because I'm going over your numbers for you. And she had requested number 5, number 6, 7, 11, and 21. So we're going to start with number 5. Number 5 is flowing changes in your favor. And what you need to do with this is just let it unfold as it should, and to see that energy all the way through. So 5 is flowing changes and see it through. 6 was connections and networking. So these are people from your past or people coming up in your future that you want to make connections with and start networking with. So in other words, it's urging you to ask for help, do networking, and it's a possible angel encounter as well. And angels are among us. This is, number 6 is a big indicator that there are angels among you at the time that you're seeing that single number 6. Oh yes, Arthea, I have your number 711 for tonight, so just hang on, we'll get there. So number 7 for Phyllis Coley Hayden is answers are locked away in the psyche. And access with meditation is open during that time. So if you see the single number 7 a lot, that means you should meditate that answers are right there ready to be accessed. And that also you should delve in spiritual studies and spiritual guidance. Okay, Phyllis, you wanted to know about number 11. Number 11 is a doorway or a portal for light. And that you need to master yourself and embrace forgiveness. Watch what you say and remain silent at the time that you see 11. 11 kind of wants you to be cautionary about what you say during that time. And to also, when they say master yourself, that means have control of your emotions, have control of your thoughts. And also that your words are going to be heard very dominantly at that time. So you really have to watch what you say. Okay, and the last one for Phyllis Coley Hayden was 21. And that was encouragement to keep going and don't give up. Blessings are material accomplishments, and intuition will tell you when to act. And it's kind of acting as message control. So all you have to do when you see the number 21 is to keep going. Hey Debbie, hey Sandra. So that was for Phyllis Coley Hayden. And now I'm moving on to Sharon May Maddox. These were your numbers for tonight. The number 528. 528 was do-over for past lives. So that means some kind of karmic thing is representing itself in this life for a complete do-over. And not a lot of people get a complete do-over. It's like starting out from scratch or square one on this do-over. So there's no residual karma that goes along with it. The actual karmic thing presents itself, but it's a do-over. So you're starting at that beginning 0 point again. So it's another chance to do over and do better, actually. So Debbie has a comment. Oh, hey, love you guys. See you later, David. He's got to tune out. His kids are going wild. So tonight, and another thing, tonight I posted that paranormal alert because weird stuff is so going on tonight. So you guys just be aware, kind of watch out. Tomorrow, if you get a chance, message me on Facebook and let me know if you see or hear anything tonight, because there's some weird stuff going to be going on tonight. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, Sharon, back to your numbers. So Sharon also had a question about 821, and this is kind of like one of those other numbers we just went overward, because 821 was your words can get you in hot water. So when you see 821 come up, what they're trying to tell you is be cautionary about what you're saying, because your words can really drag you into some trouble with 821. So really be cautionary about that. Now, This is a big one. 828 for you, Sharon. This is urging you to lose the depression, lose that downward spiral, and it's really encouraging from your angels not to let that take over, not to let that be your dominant energy, and to overcome that. It's a lot of encouragement to overcome this depressive downward spiral that a lot of people feel that at this time of year. Their loved ones are gone, the holidays are over, and it can be a really lonely, depressing time for a lot of people. So if you see 828, that's trying to pull you up out of the brinks of that depression and the doldrums. And Sandra has a comment, just see once or many times. You know, you can both, because sometimes, like if you're paying attention and you see that number and it just really jumps out at you and it makes an impression on you, then you're listening, okay? But let's say you're not listening. Let's say the number kind of jumps out at you, but you're busy and you're like, okay, I need to go on and do the laundry. Yeah, they got to represent that again. Then they got to find another way to pop that number out at you again and again and again until what? You pay attention and you find out what the communication is. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Samantha. So, yeah, it can be one time or it can be multiple times. It just depends on whether or not that you're listening to it. So this number 1230 was for Jen Sabo. And Jen, that was the ending of things and new beginnings. And what it kind of means is that there are things, kisses guys, that are going to be ending, but they have to end because, and you're going to be sad about it. Like, you're going to be sad that these things are ending or that these people are going away from your life, but they have to, because new things have to come in, and you have to make room for those new things to come in. So it's necessary. It's necessary. So that was 1230 for Jen Sabo. This number is for Chantelle Stansbury, and that is the number 3, and the number 3 is very significant in a lot of areas of her life. And so I kind of took the primary number 3 and we just went with that. And the number 3 was creating something out of nothing. It also calls for you to connect with your angels. So if they need something to message through to you or another way of messaging you, they're going to pop that number 3 out so that you turn that volume up and start listening. It's help to create. And they also, with the number 3, want you to be in the spotlight. In other words, that the light and the focus is strictly on you at that time with number 3. So, number 1, listen for your angels to connect with you. Help creation, you are in the spotlight. So, you're creating something out of nothing. It's almost like that enigma. So, Debbie has a question. She said, yes, this happened to me 2 nights ago. We were settling in. And something popped up with 1111, and immediately I stopped and I remembered somewhere this number being significant. Yes, and that's on episode 1, but I'm just going to go back to it really, really quick. So 1111 was opening of doorways or portals to a higher vibration or enlightened frequency, and these are double doorways. So they're doorways for spirits coming and going, and so you're going to get a lot of spirit communication. So what that is like traffic light to you. Hey, this portal is open. You need to pay attention. Someone is going to come through for you. So I don't know if anything else, Debbie, happened after that. But someone was trying to come through for you. Yes, Cynthia says 3 is also divine perfection, that is used biblically. Absolutely. So, Chantelle, I hope that answers your question about number 3. This one was for Lana. So Lana asked about 1126. And 1126 was specifically designed to give you the strength to conquer your karma. So, in other words, when you're feeling a little weak, when you're having that karmic challenge and you're feeling like you're not going to make it, this 1126 is supposed to give you the strength you need to see it through. It's sort of like encouraging you along and saying, yes, you can do it. Keep going. You're doing good. Don't give up. So when you see that, that's a big, huge encouragement. Hey, Bonnie. Not yet, Bonnie. Let's see. I don't think I have 810, but if you guys want a part 3, we can certainly do that next week. What I have left on the list for tonight is 711-777-1432 and 444, because we did that the first one, but 1212. And those are the ones that we have left to do. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lana. Okay, so these are for Abun Moon. She wanted to know about 711 and 777. Okay, so 711 is specifically for expansion and growth of consciousness. Okay, so that is a prime time, and the energies are right for you to expound on your knowledge of spirituality, religion, anything that expands your consciousness, anything that grows your consciousness. Let's say you want to study some esoteric knowledge or whatever. That is a great time to do that when you're seeing 711. It's sort of a kickstart. We need to do this, and this is something that you need to get started with right away when you see 711. So Cynthia has a comment. 444, my husband used to dream about this and wakes up to it or sees it often. So we went over that one in part 1. And 444 is sacrifices need to be made and personal agendas need to be placed on hold, and the bigger picture needs to be seen. So what 444 is urging you to do at that time is to put all of the mundane, everyday stuff that we're all focused on and obsessed on, put those aside and look at the big picture and focus on the big picture and go for the big picture. So that's what 444 meant in the research that I did. Hey, Julie. So back to Abu Moon's 777. This was a huge luck number, jackpot, luck, lucky 7. But this is 777, which is the divine 7, which is that jackpot and luck. But also, what 777 is encouraging you to do is to have perfect love and ascend higher. Bring your vibration higher. It wants you to go a step up. So perfect love, ascension, those are the key words when you see 777. They're instrumental for you to think about and use at this time. Now, this number was for Stormy. And Stormy, you had asked me about 1432. And 1432 specifically, that was choices, and our choices decide the outcome. So when you see 1432, it's a reminder that the guys upstairs don't have control over what happens to you. It's your choices. A lot of it is your choices that produce the outcomes, because we have free will of choice. And was that not our Fun Friday card number one this last weekend? That was choice and all about choices. And that's kind of what 1432 is trying to tell you when you see that a lot. Hey, Jen. Hey, Linda. Yes, Arthea, let's do 911 next week. That was a big one for a lot of people. Okay, we're going to do one last one, and then I've got to hop off of here. But the one last one is for Ariana Rousseau, and she wanted to know about 1212. And 1212 was also about choices. It was mastery of choices, which means that you need to become a little bit more adept at the way that you choose and how you choose. So it's mastery over choice that 1212 is encouraging you with. Also, it also refers to lucid dreaming. Times are right when you see 1212 and very high for you to have lucid dreams and to also choose love over hate. So 1212 also encourages you to choose love over hate and the ability to lucid dream. So let's see. Yeah, we're out of time, folks. Listen, leave your numbers here, and we'll do part 3, and then we'll go on to something else. I also wanted to ask you, if you enjoyed these Monday night chats, share with your friends. Share this with your friends. Hit my notifications and put C first, and also turn on the live notifications, and you'll get a little reminder when I go on live, because I do a lot of impromptu teaching during the week as well. And if you want to buy a reading, I'll also leave my website link below, because I do email chat, email, video chat, and phone, as well as in person. So you can always get a reading. And also I wanted to tell you guys too, I have something really special coming up on February the 6th. February the 6th, I'm going to have a surprise guest on the show. It's going to be Mr. Michael Cook, and he is our local Bigfoot expert. And so February the 6th, we're doing a live show on Bigfoot. And that's going to be so exciting. I'm so pumped up about that. But I'll see you guys next Monday night, and I'll see you probably before that for Fun Friday for this week. So kisses from Kentucky. Bye, you guys.